Harlan Ackler with Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. The interesting thing is when people make financial decisions, they often make them emotionally, even though numbers are very logical. 2 plus 2 is always equal to 4, and yet emotion comes into play on almost every financial decision. Now, I've never seen a situation that evokes more emotion than a reverse mortgage. People come up with all kinds of nasty words about them, like they're the loan of last resort, they're something that prey on the elderly, they're something that are awful, they're bad, they cause people to lose their homes, foreclosure, all of the different things that just typify that a reverse mortgage is something to stay away from and something to be afraid of. So what most people come to the conclusion is that reverse mortgages are something to be avoided at all costs. They're something that are only used at the end, when people are broke, when they have no other choice, when the piggy bank is broken and the last garage sale is done, that's when we should get a reverse mortgage. That's the emotion that comes out. But the fact is that logic and research and facts tell a very different story. And the fact is that logically, that isn't even the case at all. So let's look at the facts. There has been lots of research, lots of work by people much smarter than myself and anybody that I really know, PhDs, MBAs, Nobel Prize winning economists. There's universities that have done extensive studies, Texas Tech University, the University of Wisconsin Superior, Boston College, the American College in Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania, that many financial advisors get their distinctions and their designations from. And the bottom line is that all of these studies that have been done at the colleges and by many of these very smart people that have no vested interest in the product have found out that the reality of the situation is that the best time to get a reverse mortgage is very early in retirement, at 62, not 82, not 92, but right in the beginning. And they did this by looking at it logically. When there are 3 buckets of wealth, people's income, people's nest egg, their retirement money, and their home. When the home was tapped into the situation right in the beginning at 62, and there was some income taking out of the home, 3 very important things happened. The first thing is obviously people's cash flow increased. They had more money in retirement to enjoy retirement the way that they really expected to. Along with that situation, with increased cash flow, taxes from the income tax returns usually went down, and they did not spend as much in taxes because of the strategic withdrawals that they made with IRAs. And maybe most importantly, the portfolio longevity, the length of time that people's money lasted, went up because of the fact that they were able to use more money from their house before depleting all of the money in their retirement accounts. And the last thing was perhaps the most surprising and kind of the most interesting. People that got a reverse mortgage ended up with a higher net worth, not a lower net worth, when they took reverse mortgage money at the beginning of retirement rather than the end. And of course, the reason that happened is because they used less of their investment accounts and more of their home equity. And let's talk about the fact of the people that already have reverse mortgages. Those are the people that are the most satisfied. In my personal experience with over 1,000 borrowers over the last decade or so, not one of them are unhappy with their reverse mortgage. In fact, they only wish they would have got it earlier. So the bottom line is, when we look at all the emotions that surround reverse mortgages, if you take a moment to look at the facts and the things that have really come out in support of reverse mortgages by independent studies, independent magazine articles, independent financial journals, you will find that overwhelmingly the benefits of reverse mortgages are much greater than the risks or the costs. So take a look into it, have an open mind, and as you talk to one of our reverse mortgage planners, just set your emotions aside for just a second, and some of those things that you might have heard from the relatives or the person at work, or maybe even an uninformed professional, and then take a look at what we can furnish you with facts and things that have really happened to make a true difference retirement done a very different way with Fairway Mortgage.